Hi, so I just wanted to make a quick video on hemp seed certification, sort of a 101 course, a broad overview of what hemp seed certification is, why you would want to purchase certified seed, how we get certified seed, and maybe give you a little insight if you want to produce certified seed about the steps involved. So I'm Rachel Hankins. I'm a seed certification specialist and hemp program coordinator for the Oregon Seed Certification Service. And I really just want to start by talking about what is seed certification. So if you're not familiar with it, we're an independent third party and we certify the crop to the variety. So when you're purchasing certified seed, you can be assured that the variety that is on the label, that is on the blue tag, is what that seed represents. So before we jump into what seed certification, the steps involved, and a more robust definition of it, let's talk about what seed certification is not. So I think there's a lot of confusion in the marketplace about what you can call certified seed and what other certifications are out there. So I did a Google search for certified hemp seed just to see what would come up. So this first one says our state certified germination rate testing. Really, I think what they're trying to convey to their customers is that they had their seeds tested for a germination rate at a certified lab, at a state certified lab. So whether that is AOSA certified or whether it's certified through their university, I'm not sure, but it does not mean seed certification. This one talks about a state registration and phyto certification. And while most hemp producers do have to be registered with their state, I'm not sure what phyto certification is. I'm assuming they're meaning phytosanitary certificates, but that's, again, not what seed certification is. This one made me laugh because the Oregon State University doesn't have a seed program. We have seed services, which is Seed Cert and the Seed Lab put together, but this OSU logo, as you can see, is a few years out of date, actually. And so I think, what they were trying to convey was that they have germination reports that they put through the OSU Seed Lab. So the USDA compliant, I think what they're talking about there is the THC levels, which is something that certified seed has to meet those levels, but that's not, again, what we're really focused on. We're focused on that variety. USDA organic certified seed. USDA Organic certifies the process of how they produce the seed. It doesn't actually have to do with the genetics of the seed, which is what we're talking about. And then this is my favorite one down here at the bottom. This one is from Illinois. And of course, now I don't know how to go back. This one is from Illinois, and it said that they had certified CBD industrial hemp seeds. And I looked all over their website and I couldn't find a field report. I couldn't find a copy of their blue tag. I couldn't find a letter from the Illinois certification, anything that sort of backed up this claim. And I actually reached out to Illinois Crop Improvement, and they said this is not certified seed. They were going to reach out to the company and ask them to remove that or rephrase the way it is. And you can even see, I guess I should have picked up on the fact that they misspelled license in their claims down there. So really what I'm saying is when somebody says that they have certified seed, you really have to ask what they mean by certified seed, because it may not be what we think of as certified seed. So this is a quote that I got from Pat Miller, who is a member of ASTA, which is the American Seed Trade Association. He put this out in a hemp publication a few months ago, and I really like it. It says, a bag of certified seed will have an additional tag, also known as a blue tag. That tag denotes that it has been certified for genetic purity and varietal identity. Seed certification standards are established by the Association of Official Seed Certifying Agencies, AOSCA, and administered at the local level by seed certifying agencies. The end goal is to enable seed companies to produce and market genetically pure seed. Requirements for producing certified seed include special land requirements, planting eligible seed stock, field inspections, proper seed labeling, and meeting standards based on complete lab analysis. By purchasing certified seed, you are assured of coordinated, professional, and unbiased field inspections and laboratory testing. Seed buyers have assurance that the designated seed has met purity standards related to a known description across seed lots and generations. Pat Miller, ASTA. So let's sort of unpack that for a minute, and let's talk a little bit about what each of those things mean. So first of all, what is AOSCA? AOSCA is the umbrella organization that we operate under for producing certified seed. So the Association of Official Seed Certifying Agencies. There's one in almost all 50 states, and there's actually a few member countries. So Canada, New Zealand, Australia, and then a few countries in South America are all members of it. So we all have the same minimum standards. However, each state is allowed to set their standards above the AOSCA minimum. So you'll see on the right-hand side this certified seed tag for Tar Heel 2 tall fescue. You'll have something very similar to this for industrial hemp. When we do have some certified, we haven't quite got there yet because we're still waiting for varieties to be approved through the National Variety Review Board. We can bring varieties in that are either approved by that AOSCA Review Board, they have a patent or a plant variety protection confirmed on them, or they're on the OECD list, which is the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, which is more of the international seed certification scheme that we work with. Right now in Oregon, we are producing seed under our experimental seed program, which is that bottom white tag. It's not officially certified because the variety hasn't passed those hurdles yet, but we are doing field inspections, we're doing the seed tests, we're doing everything up to that varietal part so that once that variety is passed, which will hopefully be in the next month or two, we'll be able to switch that seed over from the experimental program and move it into the blue tag certified seed program. So there are some important steps in certification. So really we talk about it being a three-legged stool because certification has three parts. You have to verify the seed stock that was used, that was planted. We have the field and seed tests. And then you have the tag on the outgoing seed. Once the seed is certified, you have that tag. If the seed does not have that certified tag attached to it, it is not certified. So in Oregon, the first step we're doing right now on all of our fields is the verification of the seed stock. So if you're planting with breeder seed, we just have to confirm with the breeder that yes, what you planted or the clones that you had were breeder stock. If you're using clones to populate your greenhouses, then we do an audit of your clone records. AOSCA does have a scheme for how you can go through generations from your mother plants. You can go to daughters, granddaughters, and I believe it's great-granddaughters. We haven't had a lot of clonal certification in Oregon yet, so I'm not super familiar with those yet, but I will be once we start getting more production of those. And then after you populate your greenhouses, we do have standards there. So you have to be out of production if it's a field for 2 years, unless it was previously certified in the same variety, then you can just be out for 1 year. And the reason we have those standards is because we want to make sure that there's no volunteer plants that are going to come up and potentially contaminate the crop with a different variety. If you're doing greenhouse production, then we have standards that say you have to be out of production for 6 weeks when you're switching over to a new certified variety. However, if you sanitize your greenhouse and submit to us your sanitization plans, then we can reduce that time. We also have isolation requirements. When I talked a little bit before about AOSCA minimums, Oregon in particular has chosen to set their isolation minimums above the AOSCAs. So we have a 4-mile isolation for essential oil hemp, and I believe it's still at 3 for food, fiber, and grain. So here's an example of what our standards look like for what I'm looking for in the field inspections. So you can see if you're doing certified seed, we do allow a few off types. We do allow some shedding pollinators, the number of inspections that we have to have, and our isolation distances are different for each generation. Nice, Earl. They did vote to set them the same as for all generations. I forgot that we made that change. So you can also see the bottom box is for our seed standards. So that is what is the maximum that you can have in a certified seed lot. So you can see that there's really not a lot of other crops or other varieties or other kinds, other weed seeds that are allowed in certified seed. So that is one benefit to planting certified seed, is you're going to get a lot cleaner seed than if you just buy generic seed, because they don't have to meet any of these requirements. And again, this feminized seed box here at the bottom, the AOSCA minimum is 99% for feminization. To have that on the tag, Oregon has gone a step above again and made it 99.9. And all of our standards are set by the Hemp Advisory Committee, which is made up of breeders and growers and some industry stakeholders. And they looked at the AOSCA standards and then decided if they wanted to stick with those minimums or if they wanted to raise it. So this is all from the industry. If you have opinions on it, we do hold our meeting in November. It's open to the public. Anybody can come and comment, but only the members can vote on it. So the other thing that we look at, especially in the field, is weeds. We do mark those down on our field reports. We generally don't reject on weeds. However, we may request that you control them setting seed, because we know that if you have them in your fields, it may not pass the seed test. Which, again, the seed test, we have germination, purity minimums, and then if you're choosing to have your seed certified as feminized, then you have to have your feminization rates. We basically have two options right excuse me. We have two options right now of how you can certify your seed. You can have certified hemp seed, or you can have certified feminized hemp seed, and the difference is that feminization test. So you might ask, like, I'm purchasing seed for my field and certified seed is a little bit more expensive. Is it really worth that extra cost? Really, what you're getting with certified seed is you're getting proven genetics, because the varieties have to be accepted by the Plant Variety Protections. They have to have a patent, or they have to go through the AOSCA Variety Review Board. So you're going to get genetics that are stable over time. It's distinct, it's uniform, and again, that's stability part of it. And all certification agencies are independent third parties. So when we go out to look at the field, we don't have a dog in the fight, right? We're just looking at it for what it is, for what it was presented to us as. We don't have any financial reason to pass that field. We don't have any stakes in that production. We just want to make sure that what we're tagging is true to the variety. And the other thing that Oregon has that I think is really important is that we have a very strong chain of custody of that seed. So once it's been cleaned, we take a sample of it and we deliver it to our seed lab, and they do the test there, and then we deliver the tags back to the producer so that we know that what we sampled was from those fields. We can look at their records and we make sure that the seed that's being tagged is really what was produced, what we looked at it. And all certified seed in Oregon has to be tested at the OSU seed lab.